Hello everyone, welcome back. My name's dustinkreis, and I was just going through my subscriptions and getting ready to see what videos I needed to catch up on my YouTube channel. And I just saw that FinGamer had put out his collection update video, and it reminded me that, God, I need to do that so I can file this stuff away. February was supposed to be a light month, and it kind of was. I mean, the stuff I picked up wasn't too awful expensive. But I picked up more than I should, and so basically every time I say that it's going to be a light month, just go ahead and assume that I'm going to, spend way more than I should. But anyway, let's go ahead and just, skip all the crap here and let's just get right into it. I'm going to show you the stuff that I've already shown off or talked about a little bit. And the first thing is the 5-disc soundtrack for Final Fantasy 13. I really like this soundtrack. I'm really surprised at how much of the music really carried over to Final Fantasy 13 too. And it's really making me want to go back and replay it. I'm not going to be replaying 13 anytime soon because, of course, we got so many games coming out. I'm looking at March, and I got Mass Effect 3, I got Silent Hill Downpour, Kid Icarus, and, of course, Tales of Grace's F. So March is going to be a pretty big month, and then April, of course, and then March, April, May. May, I might be able to play 13 in May, because then June, Last Story comes out. But April is Xenoblade, so I don't know when I'm going to get to go back to Final Fantasy 13, but I really kind of do, and I want to try to play the game from the beginning again and kind of see it for the first time, and really enjoying the soundtrack, and it's really kind of handsome and stark, and yeah, really enjoy it. And then, getting into the games now, the first thing I want to show you here, I've already talked about this, you guys already know that I have it, and that is Tales of the Abyss on the 3DS. And I am actually very impressed with this port. It's kind of crazy to see a PS2 game, running on a Nintendo handheld. And I say that because, now that the Vita's out and it's essentially a portable PS3, people are kind of getting jaded to this kind of stuff. But when I see things like this, it really excites me because I'm like, wow, look at these graphics on this little portable system. I don't know what it is. I just can't get over the fact that this is what portable gaming looks like now. Maybe it's because I'm an old school kid and I remember getting that first Game Boy back in 1989. But yeah, really a fantastic port. If you can find a copy of this, I definitely recommend you to pick it up. I think it's going to be a rare game. I don't know if they're going to do a reprint or not of it, but my GameStop still has a copy of it in there. Not very many copies of this went out, so if you can find a copy of it, definitely pick it up. It's one of the best games on the 3DS. A lot of reviewers say the 3D is awful in this. I don't agree. It's just that the 3D is not as pronounced as it is in other games. But I usually turn the 3D off, especially with playing this game, because it helps conserve battery power and stuff. So, but definitely a game worth picking up. So check that out. I've always been talking about trying to find the DS Castlevanias, and I finally found one in the wild. I'd like to try to find these games in the wild instead of just buying them on eBay or Amazon. That's easy to do. Finding them in the wild is a real thrill for me. So I finally found Dawn of Sorrow out in the wild there, and it's actually a pretty nice copy. And I was talking to the guy at GameStop, and I was like, man, I've been looking for these forever. And he's like, yeah, that guy just traded that in this morning. So it was a kind of fate that I went in there that day and I was able to pick it up. So finally got one of these. Definitely looking forward to playing it. I kind of miss playing old school 2D Castlevanias. I really need to get back into the series, and I really need to go back and finish Symphony of the Night. I got really far into Symphony of the Night, and then something came up and I started playing another game and I just kind of left it by the wayside. So I really need to go back and play that through and beat that. So hopefully sometime here I'll get in the Castlevania mood and be able to jump right into these. But as it stands right now, I have one of the three, and I'll probably go back and get the, I have one of the Game Boy Advance ones as well. I'll probably go back and get the other two Game Boy Advance ones, the prequel to this, and then I'll re-buy Circle of the Moon, even though, I wonder how that would look on the DS Lite screen, because it was such a dark game. That'd actually be kind of interesting to see if it really lightens it up a lot, but definitely looking forward to playing this. And then I picked up something there because it was like $4, and it was actually kind of interesting. But it's my first kind of foray into this genre of games, and that is Hotel Dusk, Room 215. And if you see there, it's got some light damage from the sticker. That's what the label was originally supposed to be. It's supposed to be that orange, and then the lights got it, and the sticker preserved that one spot. So that kind of sucks in a way, but it's also kind of cool. Yeah, who cares? But I played this game a little bit. I got to Chapter 2, and I just had too many games going on, so this is the game that I put back into the case and to go back to at a later date. And of what I played of this, I actually really enjoy this. I really like the visual style of it. I love how everyone's sort of hand-drawn and shaded in with like a pencil. And the story seems to be quite interesting. Like I said, I only got through Chapter 1 before I decided to put it back on the shelf until I can really devote time to it. But I'm really impressed with this game, and I really want to get back into it. There's just something about this game that really makes me want to, you know, just makes me want to finish it. It reminds me a lot of these sort of flash games like Viridian Room and the Crimson Room. And I remember back when I was in college the first time, that was like the big, like all the rage. Like we'd get out of class in college and we'd go into the computer lab and we'd just sit there and try to figure out Crimson Room and Viridian Room as as kind of as a group. And it really brings me back to that that kind of early college experience, and I really enjoyed it. And I enjoyed it so much so that I went online and imported the sequel that we never got, which is Last Window: The Secret of Cape West. And I'm really looking forward to getting to this eventually. But what I really like about this is I really like the European DS cases. They're very chunky, and they're they're clear, and of course it has all the stuff in the different languages in there and stuff. But yeah, I really like these really chunky European DS cases. I think they look really nice. Although I think the sides are a little bland compared to ours, but what are you going to do? But it's a cool looking thing to have on my shelf, and hopefully, I think after I get done with Tales of the Abyss and with Tactics Ogre, I think I'll go back and replay Hotel Dusk and beat that real quick, and we'll see where we go from there. But I'm definitely looking forward to jumping into this and seeing how this is. Sad thing about this, though, the company that makes these games, which they made this, and they made Again, and they made Trace Memory, which is also known as Another Code R, those games. Sadly, they went bankrupt, and they're not making games anymore. But, I have Trace Memory over there, and I want to get into that too. But Another Code R was a European-only, and Japan-only release, and I don't have a Wii that'll play that stuff. So, on the one hand, I'm really glad that Xenoblade and Last Story is coming out to America. But on the other hand, I kind of wanted it not to, so I could buy a PAL Wii, and then I can get all those PAL games, all together. But, it's just one of those weird things. But, Nintendo, next console, Wii U, make it region-free. Come on, this is fucking ridiculous that I'm missing out on these great games because of your stupid, stupid thing. Another game I picked up, and I had to go online to get this one because you just can't find this game in stores anymore. I remember seeing it one time in the store, and the box was a little beat up, and it was just I just passed over it. I was like, I'll pick it up some other time, and then that other time I could never find it again. But I picked up a really pristine copy. It's got a little bit of adhesive goop that I need to get off the front of the case or the box, but that is the Darkspire. And this is sort of a classic first-person dungeon crawler RPG game. And, I'm not really into those style of games, but I want to be. I really want to give them a shot. And I just heard that this is one of the best ones right up there with the Etrian Odyssey series. So I really want that, that classic old-school RPG feeling that, you get whenever you play an old-school Dragon Quest game. And while this is just in first person, whereas that was in third person, it does have that really, hardcore grinding, building your characters up aspect to it, and I'm really looking forward to getting into this. The music, haven't got to play this yet, but the music is phenomenal, and it's one of the best things about the game so far. I mean, the graphic style, I've watched a lot of videos. The graphic style is really neat. It's kind of dark and, kind of foreboding. but the music is just really fantastic on the DS, and another game that I'm really wanting to get to. So I really need to get done with Nier and Tactics Ogre and Tales of the Abyss so I can really get into these games. Unfortunately, you know, the way I play my games, I try to play them through and not have a bunch of different games going at the same time. So can't really, you know, touch everything, but whatever. I'll get to it eventually. And then, you know, we're getting ready for Xenoblade to come out. We're getting ready for Last Story to come out here soon. And I wanted to pick up another game that unfortunately did not come out in the States. And I picked up a copy of Archaic Sealed Heat, or ASH. And it's kind of funny that I have this, because this is made by Mistwalker, who made The Last Story. And over there on my shelf for my DS games, I also have Somabringer, which was made by Monolith Soft, who made Xenoblade. So, you know, this is the way it could have went for those two games, you know. Ash didn't get released over here, and neither did Somabringer. So it's really lucky that we're getting Xenoblade and The Last Story, because I think if these two games were released on the DS, I think they would have been really embraced. I put this in and kind of messed around with it a little bit, because it is a strategy RPG in all Japanese, so it is kind of hard to play. But it's something I wanted to have because, you know, I really like Mistwalker, and now that I understand what Monolith Soft is, I really want to support them as well. Plus, they're cool things to have. I mean, the cases, they have like these little bit of like a reflective quality to them, and it's just cool that when people come over and they look through your games and they see these Japanese ones, they kind of want to know about them and know what the games are. It's a nice conversation piece. But the graphics, the in-game graphics are really kind of simple in this, but when it gets to like cutscenes and stuff, they're really amazing. And it's definitely a game that I wish that came out over here. I'm going to try to give it a go in the Japanese eventually, but it's probably going to be one that I never get around to playing, but it's a nice thing to have in my collection, and I didn't pay very much for it, so I'm glad to have this. And you know, it serves as a reminder that you know, this kind of stuff can happen. These games cannot come, you know, they might not come out over here, so we really need to support any kind of JRPG that comes out, you know, so they know that this is stuff that we want. So now we're out of the DS stuff. I really kind of went crazy with the DS, but it is an awesome system, and there's a lot of holes in my DS collection that I want to fill. Getting into the consoles, I only bought for the PS3 and the 360 this month, and one game I picked up was Back to the Future, the game, for the PS3. Now, I know that this is a download game, and I know that for PlayStation Plus members it was free, but I'm not a PlayStation Plus person, so it's only 20 bucks out there, and I hear it's a fantastic point-and-click adventure game, but I hear it's actually a really awesome continuation of Back to the Future. And of course, I did my time travel video a couple videos back, where I basically blew my own mind trying to figure out, you know, time travel. And so it's going to be interesting to see how this game does it, because it looks like it goes back to all the eras of the movie and some new eras in it as well. But I know it's a download copy, but I wanted a physical copy, and they released a physical copy. So I wanted this on my shelf. Now I have it, and I am really looking forward to playing it here eventually. It's actually pretty cheap. It's only 20 bucks new, so if you guys are interested in this, definitely go check it out. If you're like me and you like to have hard copies of games, there you go. For Valentine's Day, my wife went out and purchased me a game. And it's been a game that I've kind of wanted for a long time, but I didn't really feel like the push to buy it, you know. I knew it was always going to be there, and it was always going to be getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. So I didn't really feel the push to buy it. And that is Halo Reach. And now that I have it, I'm actually really looking forward to playing this. I'm not so much looking forward to Halo 4, you know, and like when this came out, I really wasn't looking forward to it either. But now that I have it, I'm actually looking forward to getting back into the Halo universe. It's one of the few first-person shooters that I actually really like. For the most part, I usually don't like them. But, you know, when you're running around shooting aliens, you can't really beat that. But, you know, when it's a first-person shooter like Call of Duty or Medal of Honor, when you're in the Army, and I'm like, well, you know, why don't you just go join the Army? you know, I don't. It's not, you know, fantastic and weird enough to really warrant it being a game. It's more of a commercial in some ways, but definitely looking forward to Halo Reach and kind of seeing how, you know, Reach fell and sort of the beginning of the Halo universe in a way. So who knows, maybe after playing this I'll get really excited for Halo 4, but I don't know, probably not until it gets cheap and I buy it again. Because Halo is one of those series that I really do like, but I don't feel the need to put my full price money into it when it's released. The next two games, I've really been waiting on these ones for a long time because I hear they're not so great, but when it got down to $9 a piece, and then take an additional $1 off for my power-ups reward card, I really couldn't beat, you know, paying, you know, yeah, $9 a piece for these. And the first one is the Last Remnant. You know, Square Enix RPG. I hear this is actually not that great. I hear there's a lot of freezing issues in the game. But for $9, I figured, hey, give it a shot. You never know. It might be something good. So, anyone that's played The Last Remnant, let me know how it goes. It seems kind of crazy. Almost like a Dynasty Warriors style game, but I don't know. It's we're just reading through the manual and reading things online. I really can't get a feel for this game. But it'll be interesting to see what it's like when I finally get around to playing it. But, you know, when they get down to that price, you really can't say no to them. I've been watching them for a long time, and $12 felt like a bit much for sort of an unknown, but, you know, $9, hey, I'll do $9, why not? So The Last Remnant. And then the last game I'm going to show you is another RPG, which I heard this one's actually better than Last Remnant, but I hear it's still kind of an average RPG, although reading through the manual and reading things online, I'm actually a little bit more excited for this one, and that is Infinite Undiscovery. And likewise, if you've played this game, if you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, you know, let me know. Try not to spoil anything in the storyline, but let me know sort of the quirks of it, if you would. But, you know, I think this was this is another Tri-Ace game, and it's really got me kind of interested, you know, interested to see what's going on in this game. I hear that it has a great premise. It just kind of doesn't do very much with that premise, and the gameplay itself is actually pretty good. It's just like they set this great story line up, and then it just kind of goes nowhere. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm actually kind of excited to play it. I got a lot of games on the queue up there, and of course a lot of other games are coming out. You know, pretty much as soon as I finish Nier, I'll go ahead and I'll tell you what the next game's going to be. The next game's going to be Mass Effect 3. So if you're not interested in that, I apologize, but it's coming out in a couple of days here, and I know as soon as I get done with Nier, I'm going to want to jump into that and see the conclusion of my storyline, my Shepard's storyline. That's the cool thing about that game, is you really get a feel of ownership with it. But so I don't know when I'll get to this, but again, for $9, can't really pass it up. So that is February, the February pickups. You know, not a lot, but actually a lot of really awesome stuff that I'm really looking forward to here. I do know that March will probably be, I want to say it'll probably be a little bit of a skimpy month. I have a lot of new stuff that I really want to put my money behind. I think The Witcher 2 comes out in March as well, and I have that pre-ordered. But I know next month I'm going to be getting Mass Effect 3, Kid Icarus, Silent Hill. Oh my god, I can't. Tales of Grace's F. If Witcher 2 comes out, I'm definitely getting that. And there's one more. God, what's the other one? I can't remember what it is now. I do think I have another game on pre-order, but I can't think of what it is. So those will probably be the only games in March pickups. And you know, I might even do a March pickup because you guys already know what it is. But who knows? There might be some. You know, I might find some deals and some steals, and there's definitely a couple things I'm eyeing online to pick up. I have an order in progress right now. I talked to Ball and Nick about getting into the reproduction cart scene and kind of get some of his input on it, because he's bought a few of them. I also talked to Mr. RPG Crazy, who's like me. He's kind of investigating it and seeing what he thinks. And I did buy a game from GameReproductions.com, and it's probably not going to be one that you would think. Like, if you went there and looked at the games, you'd be like, oh, he's going to get Terranigma, or he's going to get, you know, Secret of Mana 2, or something like that. It's pretty much a game that you probably would never know that I wanted. But it's a game I really, really wanted. I kind of want to keep it a secret. But, yeah, I'm really... it was a low price, low enough for me to sort of dip my toes in the water and see how the quality is and stuff like that. So when that comes, I'll probably do an unboxing, and I may get crazy, and I may set this camera in front of the old cathode ray tube TV over there and see if I can capture some gameplay footage and kind of show you the game. Because it is something that I've really wanted, and it's a beautiful, beautiful game. Probably one of the most beautiful games on that system. So definitely when I get that, which it takes about a month to get those, definitely look forward to that. It'll be sometime in March. But I want to thank Ball and Nick for definitely giving me some good advice and some good sites to look into when I get more into this reproduction scene. I'm still weighing the options between Super Nintendo reproductions and buying like a Super EverDrive, or the guy that makes a Super EverDrive, he's coming out with this new flash cart that's like supposed to be the best one ever, and it's supposed to be able to play every game and every, you know, super chip and things like that, but it's like $250. That's a Vita, you know. I don't know if I can justify spending that much on a flash cart for a Super Nintendo game. So I might be getting more into the reproduction scene, you know, on a slow basis, not buy a whole bunch of them at once or anything. But yeah, so March is going to be a big month. I really hope you guys enjoy some of the great games out there. Definitely go out and support Tales of Grace's F. The Tales of series, where's Tales of the Abyss? The Tales of series is a fantastic series that Namco is actually thinking about kind of not bringing out over here anymore. There's a big question mark on whether we're going to get Tales of Exilia, and they're really watching the sales of Tales of the Abyss and Tales of Grace's F. So if you guys want some great RPGs, JRPGs out here, definitely go out and support Tales of Grace's F. I'm imploring you guys, please go and pre-order Xenoblade and pre-order Last Story, because I hear that Xenoblade is a pre-order only thing. Like, you're not going to find copies of it in GameStop. It's just, if you pre-order it, you'll get your copy, but there's not going to be any extra copies in GameStops. That's a rumor I've heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but it'll light a fire under your ass. Trust me. Last Story, please, if you're going to pre-order it and you have a problem with GameStop, don't go to like Best Buy or anything. Just please, when they put it up on the site, please pre-order it from Xseed. They really deserve the money, and I really hope that they use this money to fund other projects like Trails in the Sky Second Chapter. Stop talking about it! But I really think that Nintendo's going to be watching it, and it might affect whether we get Pandora's Tower from either company, either Nintendo or Xseed. So they're definitely watching this stuff, guys. JRPGs are coming back. Slowly but surely. I think 2012 is going to be really the year of the JRPG sort of coming back. So it's an exciting time, but it's also a time that definitely needs your support. So look into those games, guys. They're going to be fantastic. That's it. I kind of ranted there a little bit at the end, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what you guys picked up in February. I'm going to go watch Finn Gamer's video now and see what he picked up. He always picks up crazy stuff. But yeah, that's all for me. So I'll make another video here soon. I'm going to try to finish Nier up. I'll probably finish it up sometime Monday, because I have Monday off. And then tomorrow night I'm going to go see the Black Keys with a friend of mine. So probably going to be Monday when I finish Nier. So that video will definitely be up, and I'll talk to you about it. It's a fantastic game. Kind of a spoiler there. Fantastic game. If you can find it, pick it up, because I really think it's one of the most interesting games that's been released this console generation. So that's it. I know I've said that before, but I'm done talking. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys had a great February. Take care. I'll see you next time.